And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. There's big moves being made. massive stuff getting set up. Some of this activity, a lot of it, I can't tell you exactly what's going on, but I can see that they're getting set up or they're getting arranged. Something's being prepared. These are the feelings that I have. The stuff that I see is like they're getting ready. So they can't hide everything. They can hide a lot of stuff, but I'm telling you what, the most important secret weapon we have on this channel is the bullshit meter, okay? And that sucker's there to protect us. But seriously, though, I'm seeing stuff in the Middle East going down. Trump's doing stuff with like Syria and Russia. Like there's a method to the madness, and I don't know exactly what's going on. But I'll tell you what, when Trump goes over to the Middle East, starts making all of our friends back again. Like, I don't know if you've watched the news. I don't watch the news. I see snippets of the news. The past 4 years, all I saw was the Democrats destroying the relationship we have with the Muslims over there. And I'm like, why the fuck are you doing that? They're people just like us. The Democrats destroyed the relationships that America had with Saudi Arabia and these other countries. Oh, just fucked them over. Now, Trump comes in, and we got Saudi Arabia ready to move Trump in as their president. For real. They think he's like a fucking superstar, rock star or something like that. The past 2 weeks, all I've been seeing are the people of those countries loving the fact that Trump's in office. And what do I see in America? All the Democrats like, oh, we need to kick him out. And then James Comey, the ex-former FBI director, his stupid ass needs to be locked up in jail with some 6'5", 400-pound guy with a 10-foot dick, okay? Hey, that's where his ass needs to be. I'll tell you what, man. They don't want me in politics. I don't play the politic game. I just say, we're going to do this fucking shit, and this is how it's going to get done. That's how it works. But gosh, I got to start the show off, right? It is Sunday morning. First 5 people to show up at the show, and that's faux show, is Arnold, Brian, 552 man, Danny Boy, Proud Reddick, Cheeny Lee, Eric Grasso, Joshua, MK_P, Crypto Hulk, it's more than 5. Shut up. All right, let me go through here real quick, take a look at some of the comments. Yeah, I'm 3'9" with a 10-foot dick. That's off that Kid Rock video with that little kid. I got more game than Coleco, ho. Lions Den Dan, thank you very much for the tax-free donation. The FYT and the Comey is a traitor. You know, Crypto Hulk channel, the most heavily shadow banned. Like, look, I'm telling you what, I should have 1 million people or more on the show, but I ain't tripping. I'm exposing what I have to. Programs on YT platform that get the most views, they're either the most fucking stupid people or the biggest scammers. Have you noticed that? It's amazing. You watch a video that's got 10 gazillion hits, it's the dumbest fucking shit, right? Or it's a biggest fucking crypto scammer channel, and millions of people get wrecked, and they just stay on the line forever. Not a problem at all. There's no glitches in their programs. Nobody's comments get disabled, on and on. The scammers and the dumb shit. It's all purposeful, everybody. There's very, very, very few people. The road that Crypto Hulk is on is narrow, but the wide road, oh, that's the one that gets you. all the staking things and all this and that. Oh, damn, I dropped my BS meter on the floor. Fuck. So I'm going to continue with this here. We're going to make it through this. My name is Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor. Let's see. Hold on. The intermittent circle of doom. No, I'm not any kind of financial advisor, crypto, nothing in the above. Don't watch this channel. Everything on this show is completely bullshit. My goal is to get you financially destroyed before every show I've ever done. I take so many drugs, I can't remember which ones. You name it, I sniff it, snort it, ingest it, eat it, transdermal it, whatever the fuck I got to do, inhale it. Nothing on the show's even worth watching. Even the jokes are bad, everything, I'm telling you. All righty. My back, though. Joshua Joseph, FJT, great show, Hulk. Crypto She-Hulk says, buy Patfish. You notice everywhere Trump went in the Middle East? What the? I don't understand what you're saying. Buy Patfish. You notice everywhere Trump went in the Middle East last week, Ripple plane was right behind the entourage making deals with Team's entourage planes. I kind of know what you're saying. I wish it was done a little more. Like Ripple's making deals as Trump goes through the Middle East right behind him. He's hooking up all these deals and stuff. Yeah. Interesting. Oh, I know there's something going on that's very big. How about we do this? I'll start the show off with this. Normally, I'll get 1.3 million views a month, and YT has chopped that down. So let's help out the channel. If you're special, if you're somebody that doesn't donate, at least do this to help the channel. It's going to help other people reach this channel, reach them. In every single top chat, put at least anything like an emoji or some shit. Just do that because it shows interaction. This is how you grow. This is how I reach other people, is through interaction with the channel. So in the top chat and then after the show, leave something both. Save this video, save this particular episode to your favorites. Share this video as many times as you can, either with yourself to your own email or somebody else. That shows interaction. And lastly, save maybe like 8 videos, put them on play. I want you to watch them all. I want to make sure that's very clear. So YouTube, I know you're recording this, so you can hear that. If your phone call rings and you want to mute the show while it's playing, then you hit the mute button on here, not on the YouTube app, okay? Because that will send a message to the bad people saying, oh, they're manipulating the algorithm. I don't want you to manipulate the algorithm, okay? So I want to make sure it's very clear while the show's being recorded. All I'm showing you to do is while your phone rings, how to mute the volume button without YouTube knowing. It's the only thing I'm showing you is during a phone call. All righty then. Now that we're done with the bullshit, let's see. Hold on a minute. Let's go to the first article for today. Crypto Hulk, what do you see going on? Oh, what I'm seeing, let me do a copy and a paste first. What I'm seeing is this. I'm seeing a whole lot of world shit going down, like getting set up. Okay, I used to wrestle, and I was pretty good, actually. And what happens is I could tell my opponent was trying to set me up for something, like wanting me to reach for something so they could grab my arm. they were kind of false, doing some shit to try to see what to test my reaction. Like, if I do this, Crypto Hulk will probably do whatever. I want to see what he does. So sometimes when people do dumb shit to me, I don't react right away. I'm observing. I'm protecting, of course, protecting and posturing, but I'm trying to see like what do they. Sometimes I can just feel a setup. Okay, that's what I'm seeing in the real world. Shit that I'm seeing when Saudi Arabia is paying off all of Syria's debts. Saudi Arabia hooking all up with crypto and all that. And then Russia kind of kicked out of the Syria sphere of influence. And you got Germany ready to print Syria's money. And the same people that are going to print that money or all this stuff's crypto. Like, I don't know exactly what's going on, but I don't have my BS meter. Like, oh, it's right here, son of a. It must be destiny. Oh, got it. My little baby's back. So, God, I dropped it on the floor and somehow it hit the wall and bounced towards me. It was meant to be on the show today. Mikey. I saw another channel this morning using your material showing the company connections from 2015 and who was working with who. How ironic. Yeah. See, look, I got the best channel for deep dives. Look, I know what I know really, really good. Okay. I don't know everything. I've said I know this much about crypto. I've said that for the past 5 years. I'm not one to make a show and say, oh, yeah, I know everything. No, because I don't. I know this much about crypto. And I've been saying that 5 years. So what happens is people that have that much knowledge of crypto, see what I mean? Like none, they have to use my material. Because I set the standard, right? I set the standard for a research channel. I don't copy anybody else's stuff. I don't need to. I got way better shit than any other channel. It's not bragging or arrogance. It's called fact. Like I do. I have the best research material channel out of any in the whole internet. I'm not bragging. I don't have a false bravado. It's just a fact. So that's why everybody copies my shit. Even I can't mention names, but like the digital dildos and stuff, they'll copy my shit from other channels. So what will happen on their channels is somebody will make an episode using my stuff. Then the dildos show that episode. So they're basically using my stuff. And that's just how it is. In the crypto space, these fuckers are lazy. Their asses just sit and get big like a fucking rhinoceros. And the standard channel, like, look, if you want to show deep dive facts, it's just Crypto Hulk Show. People will pirate and steal my stuff and without giving Crypto Hulk Show credit, because these people are weak-minded, tiny heart individuals with no fucking guts or sense of hard work. That's just how it goes. That's why I'm not trying to click up and meet these people at functions, which I won't mention the name of the stupid fucking XRP functions and shit. I won't talk about anything in specific anymore. I'm not supposed to do that. But these people are so fucking useless. So that's why you'll see my shit on other channels, because these people have no fucking brains or hard work ethic to go find the shit that I find. So that's why they use my stuff. They won't give me credit because they're weak individuals. It's hilarious. They're probably 10 and 20 years younger than me, and they're weaker than me. Fucking embarrassing. Okay. Now we've got an article here, and let me do this again. I'm going to show you what's going on. Is you got these cryptos. Okay, here's what I'm seeing. Number one, crypto exchanges are linking up with banks and or fintech companies hooking up with a crypto exchange or whatever. We're seeing these movements like a chess game. Now, I want to let you know all these people that are making the big move, not the little moves, but the bigger companies, they know that crypto laws are coming soon. Stablecoin laws are coming soon. Payment. You need to protect the country's money. Okay, before the crypto gets released, I want to show you what's going on. Before we're all rich, what's happening now is crypto stable coins. That's the term they're using. I'm trying to think of how they roll this out. They're utilizing stable coins because stable coins will be backed by countries' money. And what they'll do is, this is why Facebook's crypto Libra, the whole world ganged up on them and got rid of them. What Mark Zuckerberg fucked up doing, a few things, but one of the things he really fucked up in is he listened to his developers make a crypto platform and a token that's designed to circumvent every country's money. Mark, you fucked up so bad on that one. You shouldn't have listened to those dumbass developers you have working for you. What you got to do instead, Marky boy, is when you roll out the Facebook stablecoin, which you will soon, because Mark learned his lesson. He got his ass paddled by the principal with a wooden paddle. Marky, you got to make a crypto that's backed by the world's money so you're not replacing that country's coin. So Marky can make a stable coin at Facebook, but utilize 130 currencies of the world to back it. Now he's not going to have any problems. Why? Because he's using the Zimbabwe the Russian ruble. If he uses Marky, here's what you got to do. I'm just letting you know. If you want to make a stable coin, why not get all the world's money, put it into a basket, secure it with fire blocks? Oh, shit. And then no one can say shit to you because you're using all the world's money and you put it in a big fucking custodial fund to back your little Facebook Libra stablecoin. How about that one? Then no government's going to stop you because you're using all the world's money. Oh, shit. Okay. You've got to figure out a way. So this is what's happening. This is what I'm seeing right now is you've got to have stable coins at first roll out this crypto because that's not a threat to governments. When you have a crypto like, let's say Bitcoin, which is backed by nothing, that's dangerous right there. I don't know why people would buy Bitcoin. You have to be the dumbest motherfucker to buy Bitcoin. But anyhow, let's continue. You have to have shit for brains to buy Bitcoin. When you have a crypto, it's not backed by anything. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? That's like buying a Porsche with no motor in it. Like, you look at the outside shell of a Porsche, the tires are fake because they're just cardboard, and there's no seats in the car because the windows are up. And then when you spend $120,000 for that Porsche or whatever, 140, for like a really good Macan GTS or a fucking Cayenne GTS, maybe 150, something like that. That's what you got to do is back your crypto. Now, what I'm seeing here, now look, here's the article. I'll finally get to the first article, just so the people that watch my show for 5 minutes. Here's the title of this. I want you to see what's going on now. Asset tokenization. That's when you take real world stuff, a real good term. Crypto Hulk, that's a great adjective you're using. Real world stuff, okay? And you can move that at lightning speed. That's what we got to do. We have to tokenize the whole entire world. 2 things that make you rich: global crypto laws and regulations. Got to have that. Everybody's got to be like on the same page. You can't call a banana an apple and an apple a cupcake, okay? Everybody's got to use the same terms: tokenization, staking, this, that. We all have to agree on the lexicon of crypto, okay? When we all can agree on the lexicon, what vocabulary words are we all going to agree on? That's step number one. We got to have the same rules, regulations. Number two, what comes in is tokenization, right? Here's what we're talking about right here. Tokenization, taking real world assets and backing that crypto to give it value, unlike Bitcoin. This is where the future is. You're tokenizing everything. We'll have land, houses, cars, paintings, anything. You can tokenize everything. Here's the title of this article. Asset tokenization is expected to speed capital flows, says Chainlink's developer. Listen to this. You're going to fucking love it, okay? This is so massive. You guys are at the tail end of cheap crypto. You are at the tail end of cheap crypto. I just want to let you know, okay? Chainlink recently inked deals, more than one, deals with an S at the end, with JP Morgan's Connexus and Ondo Finance. Holy fucking shit, okay? Are you seeing this here? JP Morgan, the world's most systemically important bank. What does that mean? That means if JP Morgan fails, this whole world, we're in for a world of shit. It's not going to be good, okay? All the governments in the world realize JP Morgan Bank is that big that if they go under, it's going to cause a world panic, okay? A problem. What happens here? Chainlink, which is a crypto. Oh, you don't believe in crypto? You're about to get fucking destroyed. I'm just letting you know. You don't have to believe in it. You don't have to. The world's most systemically important bank believes in crypto. I don't give a fuck what you believe in. Who the fuck are you? Are you JP Morgan making a deal with the crypto company? No, you're not. Sit down, shut the fuck up, okay? Chainlink makes a deal with the world's most systemically important bank, and they're utilizing Ondo Finance. Oh, fuck, Crypto Hulk. You were telling us to get Ondo when it was 10 cents a piece. Pretty much. This is going to fucking take off, okay? Asset tokenization is set. Asset tokenization is set to accelerate, everybody. You got the right cryptos? If not, get a fucking loan. Get a fucking loan and get this shit on my Caleb and Brown sponsorship channel. Asset tokenization is set to accelerate the movement of capital across traditional markets. See, Bitcoin can't do any of this because it doesn't have a value. Bitcoin has a speculative value. Oh, shit, Crypto Hulk, you're right. Let me tell you something. All the adults are going to use tokenized crypto. Stablecoin's tokenized crypto. They're going to use tokenized cryptos to move value around the world. Bitcoin doesn't move value. It's a speculative asset that people buy. Ondo's a crypto that's backed by securities, by other things. Bitcoin's backed by nothing. Ondo is backed. The adults, JP Morgan, is utilizing a crypto called Chainlink and another crypto called Ondo to move value around the world. They're not using Bitcoin to do this. Bitcoin can't do shit, okay? I realized that in the first 3 months I was in crypto. It's not even hard to understand. What's hard to understand is how do people in their right mind spend $100,000 a piece for one of these things? Unbelievable. That's some fucked up weirdo shit that I have no idea. There's your Chainlink article. Now, what makes Chainlink work? Now we have another article about Chainlink. What a coincidence, Crypto Hulk. You have two articles in one. Yeah, this is called a twofer, a 2-for-1. Let's look right here at the next Chainlink article. Record-breaking World Liberty Financial, has something called USD1. It's a stable coin, and you know what it does? It unlocks cross-chain capabilities with Chainlink. Oh, we have interoperability with Chainlink and their oracles? Yep, we do. This article right here talks about how Chainlink is integrated in with the South Dakota Chartered Trust Company. Oh, they're doing some big things. World Liberty Financial. Now, what do we got going on with Ripple, Crypto Hulk? That's what I really want to know. Well, you know, Chainlink's not doing this by themselves. Let me show you the party. These people are having the party right here. Here's your article. Ripple and XRP Labs join Hedera and Algorand. So now we got 3 more cryptos you need to buy from Caleb and Brown, my sponsor, at my link. You got Ripple, which is the XRP, Hedera, Algorand. They're all working together. And oh, wait a second. Looky right here. Chainlink is also working with them as well. Crypto Hulk, do you think Chainlink is using Ripple and Hedera and Algorand to move around stable coins? I'd hope so, because Ripple's a Chainlink partner. There's your article right there. S-Harib1 sent a comment. Look at this article right here. Ripple adopts the Chainlink standard, everybody. Ripple adopts the Chainlink standard. They're working together with DeFi. Remember, DeFi comes at the end. When things are ready to take off, everybody, DeFi is starting to be talked about. That's the warning sign. I'm just letting you know. Ripple, Chainlink, Algorand, Hedera, they're all starting to come together to work together. Imagine that. I'm showing you right here. Then you throw in Ondo. That's like 5 cryptos that you probably should have. And guess what? It's not Bitcoin and it's not Ethereum. Bitcoin and Ethereum don't even come up in this. Now, Ondo is Ethereum based. But guess what? It doesn't work fully. Look, Ondo eventually is going to be done. I'm not telling you to buy any kind of cryptos, obviously. But if Ondo and Ethereum was all that good, see, Ondo uses Axelar. Now we're like at 6 cryptos, aren't we? We're 6 cryptos deep. Axelar, oh, I got to show you that. I got to be evidence-based channel. Everything Crypto Hulk says is based on facts, so I got to show the facts. Let me do a copy and a paste. Okay. We talked about Axelar being an ERC20 type crypto. I'm not familiar with Ethereum, so my terms are probably off. I don't care. Ethereum is garbage anyway, so I'm not trying to educate myself on a garbage platform. Ethereum is a garbage platform, and Ondo is utilizing an Ethereum-based token to move BlackRock's BIDL, B-U-I-D-L token fund that they have. So Ondo helps move it, but it doesn't quite move it off an Ethereum platform. Or Ondo can't move away from Ethereum type based crypto. So that's where Ripple has to come in with Axelar crypto to save Ondo's ass. Okay. So that's where all these cryptos, we got Ondo, but it needs Axelar. So those are 2 cryptos that probably should get. Then we got the Hedera is working with Ripple. Algorand's working with Ripple. Chainlink's working with Ripple. So we got like 5 solid cryptos. Then you got the XRP on top of that if you want to make 6. Very interesting, isn't it? Let me check some comments. We'll go to article number 2. Chainlink was like $27. Ethereum just cut the gas fee to 5 cents. That's great. It's about time. XRP gas fee, 0.0005 cents. And that was done like 12 years ago. So, hey, Ethereum, welcome to the platform. Your 5-cent gas fee after like 10 years of being around. But you still have a ways to go. You got to get to 0.0005 like Ripple. But you're already 10 years late. So maybe another 2 to 5 years. Maybe Ethereum could be like 15 years behind Ripple with that gas fee. Okay. Alrighty then. It's still a garbage platform. You get what you pay for. It's why Ethereum's 5-cent gas fee, because you get what you pay for. Next, Fireblocks did a survey. Now I have a sponsor called Caleb and Brown where I buy all my crypto from. And they utilize a custody solution called Fireblocks. Fireblocks is a crypto custody solution that 1,800 global banks and institutions use. And Fireblocks did a study, and we're going to go over the results of that study. You're going to love it. You better get ready. 90% of institutions are taking action on stable coins, says Fireblocks. A report shows 90%, oh my God, of institutional players are using or plan to use stable coins. I sure hope you're listening and understanding. This is so massive right now. With banks prioritizing cross-border payments and speed as key benefits. Oh my God. Well, we know it's not going to be Bitcoin or Ethereum because it's got to be almost free and it's got to be super fast. So there we go. A report from enterprise-grade digital asset platform Fireblocks shows that 90% of institutional players are using or exploring the use of stable coins, which is crypto, everybody. If you're brand new, when you see the word stablecoin, just think crypto. 90% of banks and financial institutions are, let's say, using or exploring crypto. Now, does it make a little more sense to you? Like, yeah, that sounds like a lot. All of a sudden, see, that's what they do. They want to use the term stablecoin. They don't want to use the term crypto because then you fucking get it, right? So 90% of institutional players are using crypto or going to be using crypto. That sounds pretty serious, doesn't it? Now, if I say something like 90% of institutions are going to be using stable coins or whatever, that just doesn't have the same scare factor, does it? No, it doesn't. That's exactly why they're doing this. Let's continue. The report published May 15th, and it surveyed about 300 executives across traditional banks, everybody. Traditional banks. We're not talking just about the 25-year-old startup neobanks and shit. No, we're talking about traditional banks, old companies, old people, okay? Financial institutions. And so they checked them all out. Guess what they found? Only 10%, 1 out of 10 banks said, we're not sure if we're going to use crypto or not. Only 10%. I'll tell you what, when I started crypto, 90% of banks were like, we're not going to probably do this. Guess what? Now 90% are using them. Oh, dang, Crypto Hulk. Yeah. 90% of banks and financial institutions right now are planning on using cryptocurrency to send money and do all these things. I sure hope you're ready. Traditional banks are talking about as well. Yeah, I'm not getting into the article. It's a pretty easy read. It's very simple. Let's go to the next article here. Let me check the comments first. Lion's Den Dan says, boiling frog. Exactly right. We got 322 people watching. I sure hope you're hitting the like button. I sure hope you're doing that. Can you use, Steve Mariano has a question. Can you use Fireblocks to protect crypto outside of an exchange or a brokerage? Caleb Brown isn't available in New York. Yeah, they're not. So maybe you call a friend in another state and they can sign up with Caleb and Brown, and you two kind of have a little arrangement. There you go. That's all I'm going to get into with that. I can't tell you how to circumvent laws. And by you coming to an arrangement with a friend, I don't know what that means, but I think you do. All right. At work with the Hulk in my ear, getting it done. Righty then. Next article. Digital wallets are going to replace your software applications, not just your credit cards. Let me do a copy and a paste. You need to see this. I've been telling you this the whole time for at least 2 years now. Digital wallets want to replace your applications, not just your cards. It's no secret that the world is moving faster in parallel. In parallel, the way we move money is evolving just as rapidly. What we're seeing here, I'm going to break this article down to you. Credit cards are going to disappear. You're going to start using just this. I think most all of us have a digital wallet. I have an iPhone. Someone showed me how to do this. You push this button twice on the right side, and my wallet, crypto wallet, pops up. It's pretty amazing. I got these cards right here. If I go to pay for something, I can click, I want to use that card. And you hold it near the reader. And imagine, I've never used it actually. Because just seems kind of strange to me how I have all my credit cards. I had to input the information. I think I scanned a picture or whatever. And so my cards are in my phone. And I could very well, I'm going to try it sometime. I think I'm going to buy something using my phone, like a digital wallet. I've never done it. But that's going to get rid of the credit card. Okay. Right here, they're talking about digital wallets are going to replace your apps, not just your cards. Speed is becoming non-negotiable. This is why the Ethereum and Bitcoin shit just never seemed to work with me, is that it's too slow and it's too costly. It's not interoperable. There's a whole bunch of reasons. We can get into that for an hour, why Ethereum does it. Ethereum's had to every 2 years redo itself. Ethereum's ready to redo itself again because it just doesn't work, okay? That's why they're going to literally destroy Ethereum and build it back over because it doesn't work. I don't know all the ways that it doesn't work, but it's a long story. I haven't studied Ethereum, but I can read the articles that they're going to have to redo the whole thing again. They've already done like 4 times. So Ripple's never changed. The XRP ledgers never had to redo itself. They just keep adding more and more great functions to it. That's all they're doing. They're not redoing anything with Ripple. They're adding more functions, and then they 80% consensus vote, more functions. They've never had to just start over. Like Ethereum had the merge, the purge, and then they had to work on the blobs and all the dumb shit. Now they got to switch it over to something else, proof of stake. And then they're just constant redoing Ethereum. It doesn't work. If you have a dumb shit crypto, never mind. So here we have this article here on how digital ID and these kinds of things will take over. Down here, one third of consumers are looking to adopt digital wallets in the next year. This is where all this is going. Let me show you here. In 2014, Ripple had this all figured out. So this whole digital ID and all these things, getting rid of credit cards, all this stuff's been figured out. But let's look here at the facts. Here's an article. Ripple, 21 top Bitcoin and digital currency companies endorse a new digital framework for digital ID. Right here. We got MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. That's where Gary Gensler came from. Ripple was working with MIT back in 2014. You have a company called ID3, and then you can see all these other companies. 21 different companies working with Ripple back in 2014 to replace the wallet and cards that we know today that people use. I showed you on my little short video, you have something called Ripple Singapore. There's a logo. It says gold and silver in your wallet. Think about this. Real gold and silver, but it's in a crypto-powered wallet. We can see on the page right here. I'm looking, it's 2015. Ripple already has, I'm going to tell you something right now. Before Ripple announces it, I'm going to tell you something now based on fact, okay? A lot of people say, oh, Ripple's going to do this. Ripple's going to do that. Oh, do you have evidence? Because I do. I always have evidence for everything that I say. So what Ripple's going to do, I already told you this one and other things with Ripple. Back in 2014, Ripple had something called the XMM, which is what we know of today as the Ripple Automated Market Maker. This shit was invented in 2014 and it was being used. They didn't release that. I think it's XLS20 or XLM20, whatever it's called. Ripple didn't tell you that till about a year ago, maybe a year and a half. I was showing you about the Automated Market Maker 3 years ago, before Ripple announced it, okay? Now, here's the next one I'm going to announce before Ripple announces it. It's called the Ripple Wallet, okay? It's right here. It was in use at Ripple Singapore, something that Ripple never, ever talks about. But I've been talking about it for 3 years. Ripple has a wallet. They've had one since at least 2014, 15, 10 years ago. It's a crypto wallet, but you know what? It's more than just a crypto wallet. It's a gold, silver, platinum, crypto, fiat, everything wallet, securities, commodities. I'm showing you right now, before Ripple announces this thing, they had securities, commodities, gold, silver, all these things in the Ripple wallet. Guess what? Ripple's going to release this in the future to the whole world. I'm showing you now, just like I show you a whole lot of things before. That's why I don't bother to go to any kind of Ripple conventions or Ripple whatever it is, because I already know a lot of the important things they're going to come up with before they tell them to you. I'm showing you right here. Ripple's got this shit all planned out since 10 years ago, 11 years ago. Here's the wallet right there. I'm looking at it. If I put my cursor over the wallet, I get a pop-up. It says, open your independent Ripple wallet. I click on that, and it should be allowed to enable me to download the software to have a impenetrable crypto wallet. That covers a whole lot of stuff. I can put a lot of stuff in this wallet. Very interesting. Now, down below, I'm looking at a debit card. Spend bullion at debit card point of sale. This is 2015. Ripple had a debit card, everybody. Come on now. Ripple's going to probably come out with a debit card for everybody. So that's two things. I'm showing you Ripple's going to come out with a wallet. That's an everything wallet, not just crypto. It's an everything wallet. Everything. Everything, T-I-N-G. Everything? Everything. I'm showing you before Ripple announces it. So the next time Ripple has some kind of convention, we are now going to announce we're going to release a crypto wallet that can cover stocks, bonds, derivatives, gold, silver, your medical records, all this stuff. I'm showing you the evidence right here. It's not just, I'm just saying Ripple's going to invent something. I'm showing you they already have it. They're waiting till the right time to deliver it. I'm showing you here, Ripple has a debit card. So you could use that debit card to buy stuff in the real world. I'm showing you from 10 years ago, Ripple already has this. Ripple will announce it. There will be like a debit card. Like just, there you go. That's what Crypto Hulk does. I show you in advance, all right? The other channels don't do this. These people don't know shit. These other crypto channels, I call them the history channel because by the time they tell shit, it's already out. I'm showing you stuff well in advance. That's news. These other channels, they'll have their show every day, and it's already like old news. All righty then. Jimmyography, thank you very much. My iWatch crypto wallet pays for everything. Interesting. So you don't even need a credit card at all. That comes in handy when you're traveling. You don't want to lose, you lose your wallet, your credit card, it's on your watch, it's on your phone. That's pretty interesting. In the future, some people will choose to get a microchip in their hand. That's an option. Some people, now right now at Whole Foods, I went there, they have an Amazon scanner and you put your palm print, you got to register yourself, of course. But let's say you don't have your wallet, you're traveling. And you're like, oh, damn, I don't have my wallet. You go to an Amazon or you can go to an Amazon store or go to a Whole Foods, put your palm print on this machine. Now you can buy shit without a wallet. I'm telling you what, I've already told you what. In the future, look, if you're living under the radar, those days are over. Okay, you're on very, very limited time. Those of you who think, oh, I'm going to live off the grid. No, you're not. And I'm sorry, but no, you're not, okay? Because this technology is going to catch up and pass you. So you want to go get some gasoline or you want to get electricity somehow or you want to, whatever it is, the electricity to your property, you live in the middle of whatever. These drones are going to be flying around doing facial ID. If you're wearing a hat and you got your big sunglasses, the drone will stop midair, say, please remove your hat. We need to identify you. That's how you're not going to evade shit. You're not going to evade shit. I'm just letting you know. Okay. So what you have to do is accept that fact. This is what it's all about. Crypto is on a ledger so they can see it, dummy. This crypto shit's not going to be anonymous. And welcome back to Crypto Hulk Show. Looks like YouTube shut us off again. You know, some people, Jimmyography says no microchip needed to your face. Yeah, but then that's one point of failure. See what I mean? Like, okay, points of failure like this. How many ways can you take down something? So if it's just face, then what if you get in a car accident or, you know, and your face is kind of messed up or it's bloody or something? It won't work. So then you got to do face and palm, but then you got to throw in an eye. But if you have a microchip, that's great. But if you lose the microchip, you got to have a backup. So points of failure, you're probably going to have like 3. That would be like, okay, so if you have a microchip, you're going to have 2 more, face and palm. And they got it because what if somebody chopped your hand off? Then they could use that chip. See what I mean? So it's not going to be just one form of payment in the future. Okay, you got your debit card, you swipe it. There's going to be at least 1 or 2 other points of failure. You got to have at least 2. So I don't know what ones those will be. But maybe a credit card and then an eye check or a credit card and a palm. I'm not here to play Let's Guess the Future, but it's going to be more than 1 point of failure. So Micah Ward. Nobody can update Bitcoin or link it with others to make it faster and interoperable. Because we don't know who made Bitcoin, right? So we can't do stuff to Bitcoin. Unless you got a quantum computer. Okay, we got 10 minutes. Let's get with this. Oh, here we go. Great article. You're going to love it. We're going to deal with China and Russia coming up with a gold-backed crypto, and I've got evidence that no other channel has on the planet for this. This next section, I'm going to show you evidence that nobody has in the entire world except the Crypto Hulk channel. That's why this channel is the best. Not bragging, just telling you the truth. Ripple News, right here. BRICS. Now, this article is coming from Coinpedia. I don't really use them that much for news. But we got a Coinpedia article. It's a really good clickbait title. That's why I'm using it this Sunday morning to get views, because everybody's sleeping or they're hungover, and I only have 395 people watching the show, so I got to use a clickbait title. BRICS planning. People like, are you telling us this? Whoops, kind of late for that. BRICS is planning a gold-backed financial system with XRP. Now, let's stop for a minute. For the past 2 years, maybe 3, but for the past 2 years, I've seen the articles over and over on how BRICS is going to come up with their own crypto, how BRICS is going to gold back their money. But now what the difference is, I think a lot of people have seen my articles. They're saying now with XRP. See, they never used to include that before. Now all of a sudden they're including it. Why? Because Crypto Hulk has the evidence that no other channel has, and that's Ripple has partnered with Russia and China for the past 10 years. There's evidence, which I'm going to show you, that no other channel has, because these people can't find the difference between their elbow and their asshole, okay? Let's go with the evidence and fact-based channel. Rumors suggest BRICS nations are exploring a gold-backed system using XRP. Now, it's not rumors, it's fact. I've already shown you Ripple Singapore. Gold and silver in your wallet, right? Oh, yeah, and there's platinum. If you watch Crypto Hulk Show, you already know all these things. See, Ripple Singapore came out in 2013. Ripple was able to utilize the XRP, and they had gold, silver, platinum, all metals. They had something called the safe house, which in Singapore, where they'd store all these metals. Then you'd have securities, commodities. So all this is already done. So when they're talking here about rumors suggest, well, if you watch Crypto Hulk Show, you already know all the facts. There will be a gold-backed system, gold, silver, platinum, and others. Ripple's already done this. This is already done. Now, this news organization wouldn't know. 99% of the crypto space won't know because they don't watch Crypto Hulk. If you watch Crypto Hulk, you already know. I've been telling you this shit for almost 3 years now. This is old news on Crypto Hulk channel, where you got Russia as a Ripple partner, China's a Ripple partner, XRP's back with gold, silver, and all that shit. I've already shown you all this. XRP with Ripple Singapore has already been done. Right here, rumors suggest, well, it's not a rumor, it's a trumor. I've already shown the evidence that the BRICS nations are exploring a gold-backed system using XRP. That's very true. It's already done. All the shit's already done. The US dollar and SWIFT and liquidity control give the West financial influence. Ripple's already worked into SWIFT. SWIFT has wallets. We've already gone over this with Thunes, THUNES. Thunes is a Ripple partner utilizing crypto wallets, working with SWIFT to send money around the world. SWIFT's not going anywhere. Ripple's working with SWIFT. I already shown the evidence. Now, let's get into the evidence so I can show the brand new people. Let me do a copy and a paste. Okay, what do we got here? Here's a video that I made. Go to the 46-second mark. 46-second mark. What do you see? A big Ripple logo. It says Ripple and then RU. That's Russia. And there's a little video here I've played before at least 10 times on this channel. It's all in Russian. Next, let's go to the 58-second mark. 58-second mark. What do we see here? Well, it's something called Z payment. And it's a payment acceptance processing system. It's been around since 2007. You know what this is? It's a crypto payment system that's private and it's in Russia and no other channel knows about it except this guy. So before Bitcoin became popular, Russia already had a payment system, a crypto system called Z payment. Just so I'd let you know because you won't hear it on any other channel. Next, here's the actual Z payment website. Let me show you their page. Let's take it back to 2014, shall we? Let's go back 11 years ago, almost 11 and a half years ago, everybody. And what do we see here? Well, courtesy of Crypto Hulk, we're looking at a Z payment. Look on the left side where it says news. It says Ripple Gateway. Oh, shit. And what's the date on that? January 9th, 2014. What is this? It talks about XRP and how Russia is utilizing Ripple's XRP on their Z payment gateway. Just thought I'd put that out there. You can also look at the rest of my Russian videos, and you'll see there where it has the Russian ruble. It's already in a crypto form. It's already done. It showed you got their digital ZPR and the RUB and the XRP. Russia has been utilizing cryptocurrency with the United States help since 2013-14. No, these other channels have no clue. This whole thing's a setup. That's why I can't go to any kind of Ripple swell or Ripple kind of function because it's so fucking stupid. I already have all the evidence. Ripple's the government. Ripple's been working with Russia and China. Let's look right here. There's the Ripple Gateway. I can't give you that one. That's the Ripple customer list. Oh, here's a Ripple China timeline. Right there. I got a timeline which starts. I can't show you that one right here. I think when I made my little short video, I showed you the timeline. But Ripple went into China May 9th, 2013. Now, this whole page is in Chinese, but thanks to Google Translator, it translated it into English. What can I show you? Oh, there's Ripple Dividend. This is where the XMM started, the automated market maker. See, Ripple came out and announced to the world, oh, we have an automated market maker. We just released. Well, technically, I'm looking at October 2014. Here's XMM. That's the Ripple automated market maker. They just didn't tell you for about 10 years. It's already been out using it. Ripple's already been using this for 10 years. That's why I don't go to any kind of Ripple public events, because all this shit, this was done with the Chinese. What you're looking at here is Ripple Dividend. You know what that is? It's a security. You ever heard of a dividend, stocks, bonds, dividends, stuff? Yeah, that's a security. Ripple, here's how Ripple did their business. Ripple tried to keep this all quiet in court. Ripple sealed up all this evidence. Well, I got it right here. I know how Ripple started off. It was a security when it started off. But here's what they did. If you do securities outside of the United States, that's why it's legal. You get it? Think about this. Why did Ripple, from day one, who's their first customer? Fedora Bank, outside of the United States. Brazil, outside of the United States. Russia, China, outside of the United States. Why? Because then they could use Ripple Dividend and not get in trouble for security violations. See what I mean? Oh, dang, Crypto Hulk. Yeah, so Ripple, the XRP, is a security, but not when Ripple trades outside of the United States with it. Got it? So Ripple can package up XRP like they have from day one, sell it, trade it, give out dividends or whatever it is. It's not illegal if it's done outside of the United States. Now you know. Now I'm showing you at no other channel. Now you see why Ripple has always said we only operate outside of the United States. That's why. They don't operate within the United States. They're doing all this shit outside of the United States because if they did it here, it would be an illegal security. Oh, dang, Crypto Hulk. Yeah, I know. So Gary Gensler was right? Yeah, technically he was right if it's done in the United States. So that's why Ripple had to do it outside of the United States. Now you guys are like, oh, makes sense. Okay. Joshua Joseph, thank you very much for that donation there. Jimmyography, thank you for that very much. Let's look here at this last slide I showed you. Go to the 37-second mark. 37-second mark. What do we got? It's Ripple China. See that thing that says CNY? CN is country code for China. Y is the yuan. What is this? A 2013 cryptocurrency. Ripple. Here's why I don't show up at a Ripple function when they have Ripple Swell or wherever they meet and stuff, because it's all bullshit, okay? Ripple China. Are you hearing this? Ripple, through Justin Sun, hooked up China and made the world's first cryptocurrency in China. It's called the Chinese yuan. There it is. There's the evidence right here. But Crypto Hulk, wait, how's Ripple able to do this without violating securities law, like national, I can't say security and can't say law? That's a good question. Maybe if somebody is going to some Ripple event, which I'm not allowed to talk about, maybe you can ask them, hey, why in 2013 did you guys have Ripple China and make the digital yuan? Can Ripple explain why they've never told anybody that? And then I want to see what happens in that auditorium. Very interesting. And if you need a picture, you can say, go to Crypto Hulk's channel. He talks about it for about the past 3 years, shows videos, all the evidence. That will shut down those clowns at any kind of Ripple function. All right. I think I've gone over all the news that I'm going to. I probably got a show lined up for tonight at maybe 4 or 5 p.m. Right now it's 9 a.m. So I might have another show at 8 in 8 hours from now. I'm not quite certain. Let me check the comments here. Great show for a show, says Sergeant Florida. Okay, that is all. That's all we got. I will see you on my next broadcast. Like I said, no, hold on. Lions Den Den. I don't want the black suits after me. There you go. All right, everybody. I will see you in my next broadcast, whenever that will be.